back to the Buddy Martin Show. I'm Tyler Corley, and I'm here once again with Toombs County High School head football coach and athletic director Buddy Martin. So Coach Martin wasn't able to have the show last week, but this week I wanted to talk a little bit about Savannah Christian, what you guys learned from that, as well as can you reflect on the game from last week against Swainsboro, finishing up the regular season.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad to be back. I think, the game at Savannah Christian, I was extremely proud of our players' effort. I think it was one of those. It was an important game. It was a game that everybody around the state had their eyes on. I mean, two number one teams matching up, and so I think it was good for us to go and kind of like the Rome game. You're playing a very, very good football team, and just going to see kind of after the layoff with the hurricane, and then having some games rescheduled, one game canceled. Just kind of getting back in there. Hey, now we're going to play a really, really good football team. Let's go see how we compete and get after it, and how we match up. And I thought, looking at the matchup, which we had talked about the week prior to that, and I guess that was maybe our last show we did. But one of the big matchups was our offensive line versus their defensive line. They've got 3 Division I players on their defensive line. And that played out during the game. I mean, they made a bunch of plays. They were it's hard for our guys to sustain blocks, and the pass rush got there very quick. And I think one of the hindsight, one of the takeaways, lessons learned for me is that I think I could have done a better job of preparing our offensive guys for that pressure, especially in the passing game. And But also looking at, if you had told me we were going to rush for over 100 yards against them, I'd have said we're going to be right where we need to be to win that football game if we can rush for 100 yards against that front seven that they have. So, I was proud of our guys. They fought hard. I just think we could have done a little bit, some things different in our preparation and planning from a coaching side of things. But you learn from that, and even with that, that we had opportunities in the game, to go win it there at the end, and just weren't able to make some plays and make some final things happen. I think, they obviously they were very prepared, and they were very well coached. And they made one more play than we did to beat us 14-7. So, but and then after that game, our team has very high expectations. They've got high expectations for themselves, and so you've won every game you've played. And then you lose, and it's a late season loss. It's a loss with only one more region game, and then you're in the playoffs. So you don't have time to hang your head. You don't have time to complain or point fingers, and that's what we told them after the game. And the following Monday was that, hey, we got a chance to respond. One of the best football teams I've ever been a part of prior to this one. Lost a game early in the year that we didn't think we should have lost. But I think it propelled us to go win the next 10 or 11 straight ball games. So we were able to make a deep playoff run, eventually losing to the team that won the state championship that year. But so opportunity for us to get better. I think it was a kick in the butt, a slap in the face, however you want to say it, just a wake-up call that, hey, there's still work to be done. There's still opportunity to get better. But you can play with anybody. You can play with anybody, but we got to execute better. We got to prepare better. So those are takeaways from Savannah Christian. Then you go right back to work Monday. Coaches are right back at it really Saturday morning. You just move on to you kind of go through that game Saturday as a coach and make your notes and grade it and see some things you can work on to get better. And then you go right into Swainsboro and how to prepare to go win that football game. And our kids came to work. We had a great week of preparation, and then we're able to to beat Swainsboro and play a pretty dominant game, offensively, defensively, and in the kicking game. I thought maybe one of the special teams, it may have been one of our best games this year with how we kicked the ball, how we covered it, how we responded to some of the things they did special teams wise. So I thought it was great, and then offensively, I thought we, against Swainsboro, we got the ball we got the ball out. We got it to our playmakers early in the game. Got a bunch of guys involved. So it was very, very good win Friday night, and then which I think sets us up well moving into the playoffs.
So looking forward to this Friday, Southwest Macon. What are you guys seeing, and what are you preparing for in practice this week?
Yeah, I think the thing there is, we played them in the first round last year and scored 60 whatever points, set a school record for the number of points scored. It was 64. But you got that's not the same team. It's a different year. It's a different team. You're not just going to roll out there and that happen again because it happened last year, right? So that's been some of the talk, and I think they're better this year. I think they were very athletic. They were big up front last year. I think they're even better than that this year. Last year they were almost 70% pass and 30% run. Last season, this year it's opposite. They're about 65% run and about 35% pass. They've got a quarterback who is probably their best running back. He's very involved in the run game. Do a lot of read option stuff with him. Quarterback misdirection runs, and he's talented. And he's going to run a long way very fast if we don't fit it defensively and tackling. And then they have a really good receiver. They've got two. They've got one who's I think he's about 6'4", 215, a tight end type that they'll split out and he can catch the football and he can run with it. And they've got a guy not quite that big, but a lot faster out of wide receiver, and they throw it up and he goes and gets it. So present some challenges for you defensively with the skill they have on offense. And then defensively that they're coached up well. They kids play hard. Think we have some matchup. Think we can give them some matchup problems. With our skilled guys offensively. I think if we'll continue to get better special teams wise, I think we can win the special teams matchup Friday night as well. But looking forward to first round of playoffs, and I think a lot of times this time of year it's been a long season. There's been a lot of things everybody's gone through. You get the weather starts changing, and those teams that go win championships are able to just simply continue the work, understanding what got them to where they are, and to continue to work, continue to improve. It does become a grind this time of year because bodies are tired, kids are sore, whatever, and you got to press through that and keep going. While being smart as coaches, understanding that, So, but like where we are, love how we ended the season Friday night, and I think it's going to be a good night in the pit Friday night.
Looking at the athletic department as a whole, since we've talked last, softball has wrapped up. We are going full force into winter sports. Wrestling, I think, has their first tournament this Friday that they're going to. And so can you talk about the athletic department and what we have going on?
Yeah, obviously our softball team had a fantastic year, finished as the runner-up in the state, losing to Gordon Lee, and very proud of that coaching staff and those girls. That's a tremendous accomplishment. And our cross-country teams went and ran at Carrollton at the state meet this past weekend. Our boys finished, it was 8th overall. We had one of our boys runners. He finished 4th in the state, and he's a sophomore. He's a young guy, so he's got a great opportunity to go finish even higher than that next year. And I think when you have a guy like that, it encourages the other guys on the team. Hey, we can get in here. We get a little better. We place a little higher. Now our team, we were 8th. Maybe we can get in that medaling part or even go win it. So I know that was encouraging for them. And our girls placed 16th in the state, which was a great showing by them. And so we're proud of them, proud of the year that they had. And went to practice yesterday, got back. Wrestling's full force. We had a JV middle school. I think Coach Allen calls them fight nights. They just get together and everybody wrestles and they're just getting reps, and it's awesome to see that many kids out there working. And Coach Allen does a phenomenal job with our wrestling team, getting kids out. We've got more girls out this year than we've had. I know there's been a big push to. I think girls wrestling is one of the up and coming sports, one of the fastest growing. So be excited to see. I know they have big expectations as we have here every year with our wrestling team, so I'd be excited to watch them. But they were rolling around yesterday in the gym, and they've got a big tournament this weekend that they'll head off to. I think they went to Camden last weekend and had some guys that did well, and that was a big meet with a lot of very quality opponents. Basketball teams they got the ball bouncing and they're practicing. They'll be playing games before we know it. I think they're excited about the groups that they've had, talking with Coach Goodwin and Coach Walker. It's been a great year. We've talked about the middle school sports. Our middle school football team won the region. Our middle school softball team won the region. Our girls tennis team is competing in the region championship here pretty soon, so they've got a chance to go win another championship. And so a lot of good things going on. Very proud of all of our coaches and all of our student athletes, and the support of our community just continues to be fantastic throughout all these different sports and different things our kids are involved in.
Well, be sure to get to the pit this Friday. Blues playoff game against Southwest Macon. Game time is 7:30 this Friday, not the normal 8 o'clock, so make sure you get there a little bit earlier. And it's a playoff game, so you have to buy your tickets on GoFans, and make sure you do that. Until next time, this has been the Buddy Martin Show. I'm Tyler Corley. This is head coach and athletic director Buddy Martin. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you very much, and go Dogs.
Go Dogs.